It started with the gun runner and the fairgrounds. A road to the Kentucky Derby continues on Saturday with the Grade 3 Lecomte Stakes points race on the road to the Kentucky Derby. 10, 4, 2, and 1 to the top 4 finishers. Joe Kristufek joined by Kevin Kilroy, Kevin Papa Cap, Epicenter, 2 big names in this year's Lecomte, but does the field go deeper than that?
Yeah, absolutely. The field goes deeper than that. We've got Cyberknife in there, which is a really exciting horse that we're going to see if the maturity's there, mentally and physically. If Cyberknife can compete, and maybe some long shots there. Call Me Midnight looks interesting. Presidential, I'm not sure, but Trafalgar as well. I mean, there's a lot of horses in here that have a chance, and the pace scenario is really interesting.
Yeah, this is the kind of race this time of year in January where you need to figure out whether or not your horse is a 2-turn horse and whether or not you need to continue down the path on the road to the Kentucky Derby. Kevin, who do you like?
I like Papa Cap. Let me tell you why. So I think the pace scenario is fascinating, and there's a lot of horses that have shown that they can get out front and go for it. We've got a horse on the rail there, Surfer Dude with Raylu Gutierrez up. I just imagine that Surfer Dude's gonna run for it. And Papa Cap has the best pace figures from my numbers that I'm looking at, so I love to see that, from start to finish, really strong figures. But also, talking to the trainer, it looks like Papa Cap is totally comfortable with running with the target and settling off. So I think Papa Cap has options, and even an excuse last out, having to check into that first turn. I'm loving Papa Cap. I think that's the for sure win there.
Yeah, it looks like there is some speed in here. It looks like Epicenter might be a part of that, but I don't think Epicenter needs to be on the lead. He rated a little bit just off of the pace in his most recent start in the gun runner here. He won going away. He galloped out like a good horse, very progressive for Steve Asmussen. So he's going to be my top pick. But I kind of like Call Me Midnight a little bit, Kevin. This is a horse that ran a really big race behind Giant Game earlier in his career. That horse ran a monster race to be third behind Papa Cap in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Keith DeSormo admitted that he ran him back a little bit too quick in the Kentucky Jockey Club. Just 2 weeks. He's given this horse a lot of time between that race and this race, and he's been training forwardly here at the fairgrounds. Plus, like you said, with a fast pace expected in here, he will be running late. 20 to 1 in the morning line on Call Me Midnight. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Keith DeSormo has been just sending out some sneaky angles here at Fairgrounds so far, really putting some things together, and that trainer has been sharp. So I think that's an interesting pick there for Call Me Midnight. Looks like James Graham's going to be riding.
You mentioned Cyberknife putting the blinkers on. He's been extremely green in all 3 starts. Brad Cox thinks at this point of the 3-year-old season, he's the best colt he has in his barn, but it remains to be seen if he can put it together physically and, like you said, most importantly, mentally. Final thought, Kevin, on the Lecomte.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Cyberknife is the one that I would think of as a long shot because it's 6 to 1 morning line, but I know that horse is going to get bet. But second time with blinkers, second time going 2 turns, and Brad says, hey, I really like this horse as a 3-year-old. So maybe it's not the Lecomte, but we're going to see something from Cyberknife. So it could be now.
Yeah, the blinkers go back on him. Don't forget, you can watch all the replays for the Lecomte and the Silver Bullet Day on the Twin Spires YouTube channel. Daily replays for Fairgrounds as well. Best of luck in the Lecomte points race on the road to the Kentucky Derby.